The following episode is brought to you by Poison City Brewing, proud makers of Durban Poison Cannabis Lager, the beer that invites you to live your poison.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is here. It's real hip-hop music from the soul, y'all. Yeah, check it.
So how was your day, man? How did it go today?
Yeah, simple, very chill, bro. I was hoping to hit the stew today, but didn't work out the way I wanted it. But yeah, it was cool though.
I know how it goes, bro. Like life just gets in the way, bro. And I think even now, like it's a very important time this week. You know, you've got a major gig coming through this weekend on the 7th, and we're obviously going to be chatting a bit more about that and what you've prepared for your sets and what people can expect. But before we even jump into that, bro, you are a resident DJ at the best pizza joint in Durban. I'll always say this. Obviously, the Firehouse. And yeah, and I feel like that's a point we need to touch on before people, learn a lot more about you, bro. How did that even come about?
Wow. Okay, I met Graham when he was younger, bro, way younger, like years ago, before even the shop was a thing, He's always been a good mate, bro, and just a forward thinker, So when I linked up with him at his shop, I was actually coming from another meeting with a different venue, And then just from the conversation, we were speaking of the same things, but in different fields, like he was dealing with, the pizza and the restaurant industry, but like the way he was delivering his thing was from a very artistic point of view, you know what I mean? And we found a meeting point, and then from there it just snowballed into different ideas until we ended up with the residency and the projects that we are working on now,
Yeah, bro. And I think one thing people may not know about you as well is I had a brief conversation with you at the Firehouse, funny enough, and you did mention to me that you've also curated some shows and put some shows together for different venues and whatnot. What exactly goes behind, setting up a show like the one that we're going to be doing this weekend, the house party at Robsons and whatnot, for someone who has experience, curating and getting artists together and venues and whatnot, what's sort of the planning and everything that goes in behind it?
It's a lot, man. What you see on the day is like it's minimal compared to the running around, having to build relationships between elements that wouldn't necessarily come together, and seeing the space before you even put anything on, seeing that space, seeing that certain artists and their sound in that space, because in the end, it has to be a symbiotic relationship between the artist and the venue. If one benefits and then the one is suffering, then, there's no way forward there, bro, There's definitely no way forward. Yeah, so for me, it's finding that fine line where the venue is willing to try something new and try something different from the normal mold, and the artist willing to step out of their comfort zone and their normal surrounding, and going into a space that they wouldn't necessarily step into, but a space that would allow for them to grow, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I do that. That's why I do events, Machi,
That's solid, bro. I think it's a really good explanation, and, just looking at you, I think I may have even jumped the gun a bit there, because this is also a mystery to me as well, in terms of the Thegranddukeraw. Like, give us some insights on that, bro. The listeners, anyone who's going to be coming through on Saturday, they want to know, bro, what is the meaning behind the name?
Well, it's a blend of two worlds, man. You know, like I'd like to say I'm pavement fresh, you know, and my mindset is of a king, an emperor, you know, the highest of self-respect. You know what I mean? Like it's not that I rule on any, but I rule self and my thoughts and how I treat people. You know what I mean? So the Duke is you if you are in my presence, you will always get the Duke's treatment. You know, and the Raw is just my tapestry. You know how I came up, how I've gotten to where I am. Is I could say self-taught, but it's a lot of friends and community. You know, learning from my mistakes, getting to this point. You know, so it's perfect imperfection. That's what the Grand Duke is, man.
That is perfect, bro. And honestly, I feel like, you know, for myself, you know, who's been fortunate enough to meet you and, you know, have conversations with you, bro, I can definitely say that, you know, you live what you preach. You live up to that name. Like, I think anyone else who's met you as well can confirm this. And you know, even just speaking about people who have met you and people that you know, I remember when we were setting up this gig for the 7th at Robsons, and I was like, yeah, bro, so like, you know, this is what's happening, and Zita's gonna be on the lineup, and you're like, oh, Zita, like, I know her, that's homegirl and everything, bro. So like, how do you guys know each other, considering that you guys are both on the lineup this Saturday?
Oh, hey, respect, bro. Well, first of all, I'm a fan, bro. You know, I like seeing fresh, new energy come into the scene and bring in their own identity, you know, because it's easy to fall into the framework of what's happening within the scene, you know. When she came in, she was fresh, bro. Like, you know, her sound that she was putting together, just like it stood out for me, you know what I mean? That was one. Two, where I first got to see her, I think she was DJing for Nels at the Retro Bazaar, you know, and how she handled that as well, you know, because as a DJ, when you're doing live performance for let's say rap or any sort of artist, you have to play background, you know, and make sure that the performer like shines and you enhance certain parts. And how she did her thing was like so professional for me, you know what I mean? Like, she knew when to cut certain parts, she knew when to hype up the performance, you know, so that for me stuck, you know, and I never forgot it from that point, you know. Yeah, I've been trying to work with her on other projects as well. And then this gig at Robsons, the house gig, brought us together, you know, which is like some godly things right there. But I'm looking forward to hearing what she's going to be playing, you know.
Hey, that is very solid, bro. It's really nice seeing, you know, people who are professional and really good at what they do. Like, you know, you had a lot of good things to say about Zita and how she, you know, works her set. And, you know, these are the same things or similar things that we've heard about, you know, your sets when you playing. So for anyone who hasn't really, you know, had the privilege to attend a gig where the Thegranddukeraw is on the decks, you know, what is it that people can expect from your set, bro? Especially the people who are going to be coming through on Saturday.
They must look forward to a journey in sound. I'm touching on a lot of African rhythm, a lot of new cuts, you know, that have like an African signature to it. You know, that's what I've been listening to over this whole lockdown period. So I guess it's more or less a story of my lockdown, you know. Well, the fun parts of it, I guess, you know, like when I got to wild out here and there, you know. So I'm going to present a bit of that, like I'm thread it nicely, and it's all going to be like, as I said, the venue and the space also dictates the type of mood that I start with, you know. But where we'll end is probably all of us together in a happy space, you know, creating a memory where people will be like, okay, you know what, I want to come back here again, you know, or they can step out and tell people about Robsons or the house gig itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, Michi.
and obviously when it comes to you and preparing for these gigs, like what is the process? Do you sort of, have something pre-planned, or is it more just like, hey, let's just go with the vibes type thing?
I do not pre-plan a playlist, but what I do is I practice a vibe that I want to go for. You know, which is basically just the guide. You know, let's say if I'm going for a hip hop and a R&B, a soul feel, then I'll have my guide, you know, framework, you know, and then when I'm looking or going into a 4/4 type of vibe, then I'll have my guides for that, you know, and my times and my sets also determine the type of music that I will play. Like at the moment, I enjoy a lot of sundowner vibes, you know, because I enjoy seeing people, you know, having conversation, you know, interact, you know. Yeah, that's my whole thing. I like thought provoking music. That's what I go for.
Hey, bro, this is gonna be very beautiful. Like the way you even just explaining it, bro. Like you painting a picture for me, man, and you're already putting me at Robson's, bro. Like before we even there, bro. And just to touch on yourself now and plans that are actually coming up. You did mention. I think it would be an injustice for us to not to mention this, in that you've got somewhat of an album that you're putting together. I don't know if you're able to dive much into that, but something for people to look forward to as fans of the Thegranddukeraw.
I got some stuff coming. I've been working on some music for a while, since the group, you know, from the days with my brothers, Where's My Meds and Mr. Social Department. So the last stuff we released was with the Nut Scratchers back then. So I'm working on a EP. That's what I can say for now. Um, you know, some of the material that is on the EP will be coming out soon, like sometime in December. If people look forward to that, and then the rest, you just gotta keep following the page, man. Check out the page. I'll keep people posted there, you know.
What can we sort of expect from you, beyond the Robsons gig in terms of performances? Do you have anything lined up, maybe at the Firehouse or anywhere else, bro, in terms of your sets and your production and whatnot that we can look forward to?
Word King, I do have a couple of events that I'm going to be playing. I'm looking forward to Hip Hop Wire Wire, which is posted and hosted by Umerela in Enanda. He's been doing it for a while. It's been running for a minute. People should check that out. It's like a really dope event that is done by a brilliant MC, who's been active in the scene for the longest, you know. And I like how he's coming up now, and with the opportunity that he has and the spotlight that he has, he's decided to go and create a platform back home where he's from, you know. So I'm grateful to be part of the lineup on the day, you know, which will be on the 15th, and then at Firehouse we're going to be there every Friday. If you want to meet up and have like a good vibe, every Friday we're there from like 5 o'clock. There's different DJs every Friday. And then on the 13th, I will be celebrating my birthday at the house with close friends. and family throwing down. So if you want to see the noble beings do what they do best, then you should pull up on the 13th as well.
Hey, that is a nice list of things to look forward to, my bro. Like, I for one am looking forward to all those there, and I'm pretty sure the listeners are as well. And yeah, bro, I think just in closing, we've learned a lot about you in these few minutes that we've had this chat, and we know what to look forward to and whatnot. In closing, focusing on the gig that's coming up, the Robsons gig, the house party at Robsons. Just shed some light on why people should actually come through to check out the vibes and festivities.
My G, besides how the venue looks, it's a whole new experience. People can get a chance to just design something new for yourself for this festive, man. The lineup is insane. Where can you get an inside-outside experience? It's like two for one. You know what I mean? You've got your DJs, you've got your live music, and you have Durban weather. Come on, brother. It's a no-brainer, bro.
Yeah, that is solid, bro. And yeah, I highly encourage, I echo the same sentiments, I think it is a good opportunity for people to come through and not only check out, the vibes and festivities, but also the great artists that are going to be, part of the lineup. And let's just, raise the culture together. And yeah, let's find new venues and continue to support, each other as a community of artists and just people who are there to just, have fun and whatnot. So yeah, bro, like growing, bro, I really can't thank you enough for coming on the show and shedding a lot of lights on a lot of questions that people had as well. Where can people get in touch with you if they want to connect, bro?
The best would be check out the Grand Duke. That would be the best. Check out the Grand Duke page, my Facebook page at Thegranddukeraw, my Insta at Thegranddukeraw. And then they can also check out my YouTube page, which is Thegranddukeraw, where they can check out my mixes, some of like my behind the scene vibes. Yeah, man, let's create this family, let's make music, let's have fun, let's meet new people. Yeah.
That is solid, bro. I can't thank you enough once again, Rowan, bro, for joining me on the show. We're going to be closing out the show as of this moment. If you want to find this episode, you're probably listening to it on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and obviously Spotify as well. We are Sludge Underground on all three platforms, on Facebook at Sludge Underground, on Instagram at Sludge Underground, and on Twitter at Sludge031. If you want to pop us an email, ask anything maybe about the event or anything else, it's sludgeunderground@gmail.com. And yeah, we're basically going to be signing out. As for myself, it's as Zwane031. Until next time, we hope to see you on Saturday at Robsons, the 7th of November at 5 o'clock. The event starts. All the details that you need will be up on our Instagram and all our pages. So we hope to see you there. Shout out to Cliffy. Shout out to the owners at Robsons. Shout out to everyone. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you on Saturday. Away!